Hello and welcome. You're watching Super 6 here on India Today. I'm Akshita Nandagopal. Over the next 1 hour, I'll be getting you all the top stories that we're tracking, particularly from the southern states. We're going to be talking about the big showdown between the Tamil Nadu allies, between Congress and DMK. More and more Congress leaders are now speaking out, saying there should be a power-sharing deal too with the DMK. What's prompted these statements from the Congress leaders? We're going to be talking about that. We'll also tell you how the DMK has chosen to respond to these comments. But sticking to Tamil Nadu, because of course it's the year of the Tamil Nadu election, we're also going to be getting you highlights of Home Minister Amit Shah's visit to Tamil Nadu. Whether in Pudukkottai, where he said that the NDA will seal the win, or in Trichy, where he was a part of a Pongal event, Home Minister Amit Shah sent out a message of confidence. But is it really possible? Because the NDA is also being rocked by a slew of issues, which I'll break down for you on this broadcast. I'm Akshita Nandagopal. And our top story here on Super 6, all is not well within the Congress-DMK alliance in Tamil Nadu. There's been rumblings about this, but now it's out in the open because you've got one Congress leader after another saying enough is enough. We need a slice of the power pie. We want a power-sharing deal. Remember, while the Congress is a part of an alliance with the DMK, they have no representation whatsoever in the state government in Tamil Nadu. They want that to change. With months to go for the elections, there are questions being asked on why the Congress is saying this now. Has anything changed in the political landscape of Tamil Nadu? Has the Congress found itself in a place where they seem to think that they have more options and so can afford to go ahead and bargain for power with the DMK? We'll decode all of that. But first, let's get you all of those updates in our report.
The stage is set for the Tamil Nadu Assembly polls. All major parties are gearing up with their alliances. But amid the preparations, the India Bloc appears to have a shaky start. The Congress has accused the DMK of expanding Tamil Nadu's debt burden, raising questions over the relationship between Chief Minister M.K. Stalin and Rahul Gandhi. Adding to the tension, Congress MP Manikam Tagore has now spoken about a power-sharing model for the Tamil Nadu elections.
We had been having negotiations with DMK for long years, and there is a process into it. And we had been, this time there is a huge demand from the ground, from the Congress workers, that we should be having some power sharing in the state government.
The DMK, however, has rubbished Congress's sudden push for power sharing, saying the Granule Party is reading the writing on the wall. Meanwhile, the Congress is also battling internal dissent. The power sharing demand comes soon after Congress MP Jyoti Mani claimed that the Tamil Nadu Congress is going against Rahul Gandhi's line of policy-driven politics, exposing a widening rift within the party. Sources say a section in the Congress is eager to ally with actor Vijay TVK. Sources also suggest behind-the-scenes talks between O. Paneerselvam, TTV Dinakaran and TVK. However, the BJP is also keen to include former AIADMK leaders OPS and Dinakaran in the NDA. But E. Palanisamy has not yet agreed to an AIADMK reunion with the expelled leaders. As alliances remain fluid and negotiations continue, the power struggle in Tamil Nadu politics is intensifying by the day. With Nagarjun Dwarkanath and Pramod Madhav, Bureau Report, India Today.
Now, the Tamil Nadu Congress is attempting to firefight this entire crisis. This isn't manufactured. Remember that there are Congress leaders on record who are questioning why there's no power-sharing deal. But amid that, the Tamil Nadu Congress chief is clearing the air, saying the India Bloc is united in Tamil Nadu. He is denied any differences. And the Tamil Nadu Congress chief, Selva Perunthagai, has also maintained that this is the AIADMK and BJP spreading lies. So they're saying that this is a narrative that's being created by the AIADMK and BJP. The reality, however, is that the likes of Congress MP Manikam Tagore are the ones who have put forth this pitch, saying there should be a power-sharing deal. And you've had DMK leaders even responding to that. I'll bring in Pramod Madhav for more details on this. Pramod, what do you think has triggered these reactions suddenly from the Congress? It's always been the case that there's been no power sharing deal whatsoever. The Congress has never been a part of the Tamil Nadu government. And suddenly now in the run up to an election, they've decided to speak out. And the Tamil Nadu Congress seems to be firefighting this.
Well, Akshata, interesting developments ahead. One thing is very certain, because this is not just started with Manikam Tagore, because it was earlier. Girish Chodankar, the observer for Tamil Nadu, who initiated this almost a week ago, we also caught him on camera and we directly put forward this question. What is about Tamil Nadu Congress showing interest on now power sharing since 1967, which was not possible in the state of Tamil Nadu, and he claims that things will change. Change is the only inevitable stuff, so we will also have to get used to it. And I told him very clearly the Dravidian parties did not accept power sharing since 1967. He says, so that could be the history, but right now it is time. So this seems to be the only kind of explanation where Congress wants to go ahead, and we can simply say discussion or arm twisting DMK to talk about power sharing. But on the other hand, important aspect through our sources within the Congress party is that one thing is very certain: TVK is trying to invite them with open arms, and based on surveys and such, Congress now believes, at least from the state, believe that they have a high chance to go and ally with TVK. This seems to be reflecting in every other move, and that seems to be the one aspect of Manikam Tagore's recent data, because he's also trying to show one of the data that a kind of survey, and he's trying to project it. But a very big important question is that what Stalin decides and what Rahul Gandhi decides is the final factor. Will Manikam Tagore or Girish Chodankar accept that? That is the final factor. But it seems like before even talks could begin on this matter, Manikam Tagore wants to initiate this. But is this national headquarters of Congress aligning with them? It's a big question, Akshita.
It's definitely not, setting the stage right for these talks to actually take place between the Congress and the DMK. The DMK, no doubt, will tell the AICC, look, if you want us to progress with these talks, with this dialogue, you have to ensure these kind of comments don't happen. And will they be willing to do that is the question. Thanks, Pramod, for joining us. I'm going to come back to you in a bit for more details on what's really happening in Tamil Nadu. But let me open this up to Dr. Sumansi Raman and Shekhar Iyer, who are joining us on this broadcast to kind of decode what's happening right now in the India bloc. Dr. Sumansi Raman, to you first. Good evening. Happy New Year. We're starting off the new year on what is a rather politically stormy note in Tamil Nadu. A lot of question marks, sir, on whether we're going to see the Congress-DMK alliance coming through.
Happy New Year to you, Akshita, and to the viewers. I think what we are actually seeing in Tamil Nadu is more brinkmanship on the part of the Congress. Now, until Manikam Tagore fired his salvo, it was just, local elements in the state unit are not happy and all that. But Manikam Tagore is seen as having the ear of Rahul Gandhi. And it's extremely unlikely that Manikam Tagore would have gone on his own without a nudge from somewhere, or at least without, being in the loop on what the proposal or plan was. So clearly, this is a tactic by the Congress High Command. And it's what is unfair about it. I mean, without the Congress and the other allies, the DMK cannot win, period. So to ask, saying that, and for decades, the Congress has been part of the alliance and has got nothing except a handful of MLAs. So asking for a share in the power is absolutely right. Now, the point is they will be persuaded by the relationship that Mr. Stalin and Mr. Rahul Gandhi have eventually. Because I think the important part is that DMK is a very significant part of the India alliance. Now, the India alliance, for all practical purposes, collapses if the DMK exits the India alliance.
No, but ultimately also, can I just add here, Mr. Sumansi Raman, we'll put out those numbers of why the Congress also needs this alliance. Just look at how they've performed. Whether you look at 2016 or 2021, granted, they weren't given a big chunk of seats. 41 seats contested, they won just 8 in 2016. But you look at 2021, they did better the tally, but they were given just about a handful of seats of 25. They won 18 of those seats, and there was no power sharing deal whatsoever. Can I just highlight here, Mr. Sumansi Raman, that yes, they were given a very limited number of seats. They can't afford to, fight on their own, can they? They need the DMK too. There's no doubt about it.
No, but what do they have to lose? They have 18 MLAs to lose. The DMK has the government to lose. So who has more to lose, Akshita? And logically, look, without the Congress and the VCK and the Communist parties and the big alliance, the phalanx of parties in the DMK combined, the DMK will not win. The Congress is now saying, give us our pound of flesh, which is actually quite fair. But I don't believe that they will actually execute this threat. I think that this is more bargaining to make 25 seats, which they contested last time, into 30 seats. Because at one stage, after the Bihar result, there were people saying that DMK will reduce their number of seats to 20 for the Congress. So this is probably a pressure tactic to
Yeah.
say, look, we have other options. We could go with TVK. TVK is completely untested.
I
There's
want
no
to.
way a Congress plus TVK alliance is going to win the election. So definitely, I think that there will be a lot. Yesterday, Mr. Girish Chodankar is on record saying that I wish we can conclude the seat sharing talks with DMK very
Yeah,
quickly
yeah.
so that we can get into the next step of campaigning and so on.
No, but I want to, Mr. Shekhar Iyer, I'll bring you in on this. Do you think that the reason the Congress is speaking out, there's lots of buzz about this, that Congress leaders are now speaking out because there are talks happening with the TVK. So they feel emboldened by that. And that's where they're kind of giving an ultimatum to the DMK saying, look, you ensure there's a power sharing deal. Do you agree with that theory?
Oh, there is more to, to what is happening between Congress and DMK than just pressure tactics. Because at the highest level, led by Congress General Secretary K.C. Venugopal, there is a view that, look, not just hard bargaining. We will start with the hard bargaining, but at the same time, that it is a desire of Rahul Gandhi that Congress is actually leading the campaign against the BJP, against Prime Minister Modi at all India level, notwithstanding the electoral reverses. Therefore, these regional parties are also gaining from whatever campaign Rahul Gandhi is undertaking, and that should be reflected in manner in which alliances are concluded, seats are
Yeah,
shared.
but 5 years they had no problem, Mr. Shekhar Iyer. 5 years they had no problem with not being a part of the government.
No, but at the same time, there is also an assessment, and largely by people who believe that K.C. Venugopal is also looking at what would be the impact in case of an alternative arrangement in the state of Kerala, which he is more interested. And with the talk that, in case Congress wins Kerala Assembly elections, K.C. Venugopal would be in the lead for the post of Chief Minister. So there is a lot of personal investment by K.C. Venugopal as to what is happening in Tamil Nadu. So therefore, first it started with Praveen Chakravarti holding talks with Vijay. And it is known that following the Karur incident, Rahul Gandhi and Vijay have been in touch more than a dozen times.
I mean, quite honestly, I don't know if Praveen Chakravarti was representing the party, was representing the Congress when he met with the TVK. So while there's all of this buzz of a Congress-TVK alliance of the cards, there's still no concrete details of who is in talks with the TVK from the Congress. The Tamil Nadu Congress, yes, Mr. Iyer.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, whether he's speaking on, but definitely after Manikam Thakur entered the fray and said, look, because stories have been coming, quoting Congress sources and also DMK sources. The Congress is showing that, look, at least we cannot just because it was the DMK, from the DMK side, it was made clear, as Sumansi Raman pointed out, that we gave you 25, you won only 18. So you can have all those 18 seats where you have your MLAs.
Okay.
But we cannot give you what you want, which is two seats in every district. That is 38 districts are there.
Mr. Sumansi Raman, yeah.
Yeah, there are multiple factions. I mean, the Congress has always had about half a dozen factions in Tamil Nadu for the 5% vote share. They've had a dozen factions, half a dozen. This time, there are two clear factions which are emerging. The one faction with Mr. Selva Perendagai, who is the state Congress president, and Mr. P. Chidambaram, who are batting very strongly for an alliance with the DMK. In fact, when the rumors of this TVK talks started, it was Mr. Chidambaram who put out a post saying, trying to scotch the speculation on that front. So there are, and now you have Mr. Manikam Tagore, you have Praveen Chakravarti, you have a few others on the other side. Mr. Praveen Chakravarti, in fact, has sort of had informal talks. So I think that either the reason I'm coming back to this having some kind of approval of the High Command is because no action has been taken against Praveen Chakravarti, even though the state president asked for action to be taken. The TNCC president, Mr. Selva Perendagai, said action should be taken against him for speaking out of turn, and nothing happened. Now, Mr. Manikam Tagore, who is an insider of the High Command, is speaking in the same voice. So this is not something which does not have Mr. Rahul Gandhi's approval. It's obviously sort of, he is blessing it in some form. Whether he will pull the plug, I don't think so.
We're talking about the Congress-DMK and how it's a rocky road ahead for them. It's clearly not, perfect in the NDA as well. So I request both of you to stay with me. There's one aspect of this. Here's what we're picking up. Amit Shah, remembers, on a 2-day visit to Tamil Nadu. He was in Pudukkottai and then in Trichy. Now, here's what's interesting in that particular visit. Amit Shah, while in fact in Tamil Nadu, did not meet with Edappadi Palaniswamy of the AIADMK. There was no meet whatsoever, which was very surprising, raised eyebrows as well. Again, when Amit Shah spoke, at no point did he did he name EPS. He didn't refer to EPS even as the CM face of the NDA, which he's done previously. In his last visit to Tamil Nadu, he was seated with Edappadi Palaniswamy and made that comment. And it wasn't just Amit Shah. No Tamil Nadu BJP Neta endorsed EPS either. And so there's a big question mark of what's really happening within the NDA. Is there an issue particularly over the fact, Mr. Shekhar Iyer, that because of EPS, there is no consolidated NDA right now? The likes of TTV, OPS, Sashikala, all out there not joining the NDA because of the EPS factor. And this is why Amit Shah perhaps is refusing to really name EPS or refuse to meet him this time.
No, I would not go thus far because BJP cannot afford to disturb this alliance. But definitely Amit Shah is disappointed, even though ADMK-BJP alliance was announced last April. And since then, both ADMK and BJP leaders were supposed to go full hog, highlighting the failures of DMK government and trying to have a full-throated campaign. That apparently did not happen because all these months, the time was spent, who is in, who is out, what about TT Dinakaran, what about OPS, then these people rushing to meet Amit Shah, then Chengotain went there, came back, then joined TVK. All this has finally come to a point where Amit Shah feels, despite an early start to this alliance has not really gone, or has not fired on all cylinders. That is why his visit yesterday, when he addressed them also, he said the same thing, that we need to fight this election as if we are winning this. So this is more of a kind of, I would say, to put all the soldiers on the ground to get going, rather than breaking alliance.
Dr. Sumansi Raman, the reality is the NDA is having an issue in getting everyone together. Yes, Mr. Iyer, quickly.
No. Other thing is there is a lot of talk whether BJP is approaching TVK. That is not at all possible.
No, I agree. That I agree is not possible.
And people trying to draw inference that means BJP is looking at TVK. That is all.
No, even the TVK has made it very clear that's not going to happen. Dr. Sumansi Raman, look, ultimately the NDA, if they want to really pose a challenge to the DMK, has to get the act together, in the sense get everyone together, and that's not happening.
Yeah, I think, there's no question of Mr. Amit Shah wanting to rock the boat. If the BJP breaks the alliance, the happiest party will be the AIADMK, because then they can tie up without any qualms with the TVK and sweep the election. And they will almost certainly win the election if they go in for an alliance with the TVK. So there is no question of the BJP now wanting to cut the AIADMK down to size or whatever. Having said that, yes, it is a problem that Mr. EPS has not been accommodative. And I think that probably that we could see that change in the next 1 month, where whether it is Mr. TTV Dinakaran or Mr. OPS or Mr. Andumani's faction of the PMK, all of them are brought on board probably before middle of February is my guess. So if that happens, then the NDA becomes a competitive force.
Yeah, but let's see if it happens, because that will be with the caveat.
There is always the outside option of Vijay contesting against the BJP, but aligning with the AIADMK. That is always there. I've been maintaining that remains open.
Yeah.
With BJP is expected to get only maybe 25 to 30 seats at the most, outer limit. So why not have friendly fights in those 30 seats?
That is definitely something that could perhaps happen. Let's see what plays out. But right now, as it stands, the NDA also has a whole lot of work to do on the ground. Thank you very much, Dr. Sumansi Raman and Mr. Shekhar Iyer, for your time, for joining us here on India Today. Let's cut across to breaking news coming in. Now, the Congress too has alleged a rift between the DMK, the AIADMK, beg your pardon, and the BJP. The Tamil Nadu Congress chief has said that EPS has snubbed the NDA and that's why he wasn't there for the meeting with Amit Shah. Now, you've got the Tamil Nadu Congress chief, Selva Perendagai, saying that it's always AIADMK, never NDA for EPS, and therefore the confusion within the alliance is clear. So you're seeing both sides essentially playing out the same game here, maintaining that, there's a rift between the other alliance bloc, while you've got the AIADMK suggesting the same of Congress-DMK. Here now the Congress saying that the fact that Amit Shah and EPS didn't meet indicates what's really happening within the NDA. So on Home Minister Amit Shah's visit to Tamil Nadu, he chaired a Tamil Nadu BJP core committee meet earlier today, and here's what we picked up from our sources of what really the Home Minister's instruction was. He said that the Tamil Nadu BJP must ensure that the larger good of the alliance is kept in mind, and therefore more parties, more individuals should join the NDA, and that they need to do it immediately so that no time is wasted. Now, Home Minister Amit Shah has reportedly also told BJP leaders to put the focus on corruption, on alleged corruption cases against DMK leaders, and talk about that particular issue. Those are pictures from the core committee meet that took place earlier today.
मैं आज तमिलनाडु की जनता को कहने आया हूं, तमिलनाडु के अंदर अब ये परिवार की राजनीति को समाप्त करने का समय आ गया है। पहले करुणानिधि जी, फिर स्टालिन जी और अब उदयनिधि। स्टालिन बाबू, आपका ये स्वप्न पूरा नहीं होने वाला है। तमिलनाडु में हिंदू आस्था के, हिंदुओं के विश्वास के अपमान का सिलसिला इन्होंने चलाकर रखा है। तमिलनाडु में अयोध्या राम मंदिर भूमि पूजन के वक्त अघोषित कर्फ्यू लगाया जाता है। हिंदुओं के प्रोसेशन पर स्टे लगा दिया जाता है। हिंदुओं के मूर्ति विसर्जन पर भी स्टे लगाने का काम डीएमके सरकार करती है। मैं स्टालिन जी को कहना चाहता हूं, हमारे संविधान की मर्यादाओं को आपने हिंदू समाज पर अत्याचार कर तोड़ने का काम किया है।
Accused DMK without any basis, it only shows that he does not know the politics of Tamil Nadu, South India particularly, and particularly Tamil Nadu. They are anti-Tamils. They cannot claim that they are for Tamil Nadu. They have acted as anti-Tamils and they are doing it. So whatever they speak, the people of Tamil Nadu will understand and throw them out. They can never form a government in the Tamil Nadu. That much the BJP should understand, because of their anti-Tamil mindset, I am telling this.
Okay, let me bring in Pramod Madhav for more details on this story. Pramod, take us through really what was the big outcome from Amit Shah's visit to Tamil Nadu. There's a big question mark on why there was no meeting with EPS.
Well, one thing is very certain, Akshita, even though it's been said that the Home Minister was here for 2 days to maintain very important events and participate in them, one being Naina Nagendran's campaign ending and such. The important aspect seems to be that the Home Minister wants to come to Tamil Nadu and from the ground wants to know what is exactly happening, because the last time when he came over here, he made sure that Edappadi K. Palaniswamy and AIADMK is with him. However, after that, TTV Dinakaran and OPS have exited NDA, and that doesn't look good for NDA, and that's the reason now it looks like sources claim that during the core committee meeting, Amit Shah has given a very clear-cut mandate that the NDA must be unified. It means OPS, TTV, PMK and such. Even within PMK, we have an issue as the father is actually rebelling against the son. So he wants to make sure that the leaders over here talk and make all these things clear out before the election. That seems to be a very important mandate for the day from the Home Minister in the core committee meeting, Akshita.
All right. Thanks, Pramod, for those details. Let me open this up. Joining us on this broadcast is Kasturi Shankar, leader of the BJP. We have Salem Dharnidharan, spokesperson of the DMK. Vanakkam, thank you both for your time. Apologies to have kept you waiting for so long. Dharnidharan, I'd like to begin with you. Your response to what Home Minister Amit Shah has said when he says, that in the last 5 years, the people of Tamil Nadu have seen corruption, that it's been family rule essentially in Tamil Nadu.
So then the whole point is that that BJP has no local standard to speak about corruption. The same a month later, after Prime Minister accused Ajit Pawar of looting 30,000 crores, he was made the finance minister of Maharashtra in the BJP alliance. Praful Patel, who's very much a part of the BJP cabinet now, has been accused of 48,000 crore corruption scandal. He's also been investigated by agency. Hemant Biswa Sharma, Shahjahan chit fund scam, 48 crores, right? He's been accused. The Home Minister, Amit Shah, has accused him. Then now he's the Chief Minister for Assam from BJP. Suvendu Adhikari, again, has been accused of corruption. He was earlier with the TMC. ED has investigated him. He was in jail for some time. Now he is leader of opposition for in West Bengal for the BJP. So what local standard does the BJP have to speak about corruption? If at all BJP, DMK politicians are corrupt, why can't the BJP get conviction for any one of a politician? What happened to the 2G scam? What happened to the number of other scams that they're mentioning? Why can't they get the conviction? They have the authorities with them.
Your response.
ED, CBI, income tax.
You've got several pointed questions there from Dharnidharan. Go ahead, Kasturi.
I find it, in fact, I've gotten used to this pattern from DMK spokespeople. Whenever they are questioned about the corruption and the people's displeasure and disappointment in their government, they always talk about everything else. They resort to whataboutery. Now, whether
no, but this was a pointed question. Kasturi, this was a pointed question from Dharnidharan on the issue of corruption that was raised by the Home Minister.
Are we now making it all right to just answer accusations with other questions? I mean, you have these issues in those states. Let's talk about Maharashtra. Let's talk about Manipur. Let's talk about Uttar Pradesh. Let's not talk about what is the actual question on the table, which is Tamil Nadu. But this seems to be the standard pattern in which they answer questions. Let's talk about Tamil Nadu, Mr. Dharnidharan. Let's talk about all the interest lobbies that are now rising up against you in protest because you have not fulfilled a single election promise. Let's talk about the corruption that is an open secret in the country. They always talk about how CM Stalin and his team boast about how Tamil Nadu is #1 in all metrics. It's also #1 in corruption. We have never heard of that. There is one MLA, one MP in his MP lad scheme has launched 71 schemes. Mr. Arun Nehru in his constituency has launched 71 schemes. None of them are complete. Not even one of them is complete.
No, but this is based on what is being doing the rounds on social media. I don't want to go into that. But Dharnidharan, your response, focus on Tamil Nadu. What about the allegations of corruption against the DMK in Tamil Nadu?
I have replied to that question in my opening remark itself. I said, if at all there has been any corruption, the ED, CBI, income tax are all with the union government. Why could they not get conviction against any one of our ministers, one of our parliamentarians, one of our leaders? As simple as that. If at all, if they are corrupt and the ED, CBI, income tax are inefficient, then it also means that the BJP government is inefficient. Or if they are efficient, which means that there is no corruption. I can accuse anyone of anything. I can accuse Kasturi of something. I can accuse Akshita of something, or Akshay, you can accuse me of something. Anyone can accuse anyone. But the point is you have to get a conviction. Right? The crime has actually happened. How do you prove it? Through conviction. Right? Get a conviction in the court. That is the whole point. Why are not able to conviction in the court?
Kasturi, we've seen allegations, yes. We've seen allegations being thrown back and forth.
Or if you have to add. No, to add.
Yeah.
One more point I want to add.
Maybe.
Okay, Dharnidharan, finish your point, yeah.
So the best marker to measure corruption would also be to measure the revenue to GDP. So the revenue to GDP of Tamil Nadu has only in percentage terms increased. which means the revenue of the state that gets as percentage of GDP has increased from 9 point some odd percentage to about 11 point some odd percentage, which means that the revenue has increased, which means the institutional capacity has increased, which is a marker for much lower corruption or no corruption at all. It's a marker.
Okay, Kasturi.
Okay, so I think this is descending to the comedy of the absurd, because Mr. Dharnidharan, actually, did I even hear right? He said there's near to no corruption at all in the state. Clearly, he doesn't either live in Tamil Nadu or he never visits a government office.
No, as a
Or
question.
I'm very happy for you, sir.
Okay.
All I can say is I'm very happy for you if you've not come across the everyday corruption and the everyday corruption of enormous magnitudes that the rest of us people are reeling under. We are talking about 10 rupees per bottle that is explained away by the prohibition minister as a recycling fee.
No, so
We
then,
are talking about
Kasturi, what
yeah,
about what Dharnidharan has raised? That, if there are so many cases of corruption against these leaders, why have none of them turned into convictions? These are allegations. Nothing found to be solid enough for a conviction.
give it time, madam. Give it time. The law takes its own course. I'm sure Mr. Dharnidharan does not have the same defense against Mr. A. Raja and Madam Kanimozhi, who were convicted. In that case, he will play
No,
a
they're not
different
convicted.
view.
They're not convicted.
So,
They're not convicted. They're not convicted. It's factually incorrect.
No, they were acquitted.
They were acquitted,
Yeah.
lack of proof. They were acquitted, lack of proof.
No, Kasturi, go ahead. Let her finish her point, please. Let her finish her point.
So every time somebody is convicted, they have a different tune to play. They're also very quick to distance themselves from all their proxies. So we are very, very proud of the DMK for teaching the world how to excel in scientific corruption. So absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. Frankly, in Tamil Nadu right now, you don't need to be an investigative officer. You don't need to be a corruption vigilance department to know that
No,
corruption
but that
has
is the unfortunate
exceeded.
reality of India, Kasturi. That's the unfortunate reality of the entire country, that corruption is all around us. But Dharnidharan, I'll come to the
It's
other
all,
point.
however, no, ma'am,
Yeah.
corruption is all around. But I myself I personally have not seen another state where corruption is normalized
Okay.
by the highest echelons, by the ruling dispensation to this extent. At
Okay, I
least
want to
people try
raise
to
the other
hide.
issue. I've very little time, so I'll just raise the other issue that Home Minister Amit Shah brought up, which is family rule, Dharnidharan. And this is an allegation that the BJP is constantly leveled at the DMK. That this is Chief Minister Stalin essentially setting the stage for his son to take over. And therefore, the term sunrise within the DMK and in the government is what Stalin wants to achieve.
No. See, it's a very simple answer to this. The people have elected the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, right? People have elected the MLAs, and the MLAs in turn have elected the Chief Minister. It is not the Chief Minister who is magically appointed like how the governor is appointed. And again, MK Stalin has been in active politics for about 50 years.
No, but what about Udayanidhi Stalin? Let's talk about Udayanidhi Stalin then. He was, yes, elected as an MLA. Who made him Deputy Chief Minister?
He was elected as an MLA by the people. After he was elected as an MLA, based on the good work he did, there was a chorus.
There are 100 plus MLAs. There are 100 plus MLAs, Dharnidharan. Come on.
It was not that the wish of the Chief Minister. It was the wish of the member of Legislative Assembly members to make him the minister. Then he was made the minister. Based on the good work, he was made the Deputy Chief Minister. It was the prerogative of the Chief Minister to appoint whoever he wants to be made as Deputy Chief Minister, right? So another point is, after he was made as a minister, DMK did sweep the elections in 2024. So, which means that it had legitimacy from the people. If at all people are unhappy and if it was nepotism, if they have thought, then why will people give DMK 40-40 mandate? And again, there are many nepotistic politicians in the BJP itself. For example, in Maharashtra, the highest number of nepotistic MLAs in Maharashtra is from the BJP itself. So it's not that the BJP does not have nepo kids as parliamentarians.
Okay. Kasturi, ultimately, it will come down to what also Dharnidharan referred to here, about the fact that you've got also support for the DMK showing in the 2024 elections.
No. We all know why the 2024 elections went the DMK's way. Had the alliance of BJP and ADMK stood intact for the parliamentary elections, the numbers would have told a very different story. So even before that, I will give you this. Parulji. I'm going to say I don't even agree. I don't even accept that there is dynastic rule, family rule in Tamil Nadu, because what it does exist in Tamil Nadu now is dynastic misrule, a complete breakdown of law and order, family misrule. That's what this should be called as. And you know why? I mean, I guess there are two reasons. As Mr. Dharnidharan kindly pointed out, there are many Nepo babies in Maharashtra. There are a lot more lawmakers in Maharashtra than in Tamil Nadu, number one. And number two, we do have many in Tamil Nadu. It's even more prominent because I don't know any other state where more than one family of a lawmaker, more than the children from multiple wives of a lawmaker come into power. But that also we have seen in Tamil Nadu. So I guess they just normalize that as well.
Okay, I'll leave it at that. I've run out of time. I've run out of time completely. We'll leave it at that. Kasturi Shankar and Dharnidharan, thank you very much for joining us. You've seen there the big issues that have been raised between the BJP and DMK. This is what they're bickering over family rule, over corruption. And ultimately, it's the people of Tamil Nadu in a few months from now who will decide which narrative has actually worked. Let's cut across to a news break coming in. Now, the Tamilaga Vettri Kazhagam, Vijay's party, has made it very clear once again that there's no question of any ties with the BJP. There have been some attempts to spread a narrative by some platforms that there are talks between BJP and TVK. Do not believe that. We are getting you the right information right now, verified information that the TVK is not in talks with the BJP. The TVK has at this point made it clear no ties with a political enemy like the DMK or the BJP. But what we're hearing from our sources is that there's a possibility of an alliance with the Congress or the AIADMK. They are maintaining that 97% of Congress want an alliance with us. 99% of the AIADMK want an alliance with us. So they're essentially confirming that yes, there are talks happening with the Congress and the AIADMK. No question of the BJP. Not really surprising. I'll bring in Pramod Madhav for more details on this. Pramod, not surprising that there's no talks between the TVK and BJP, and any platform that tries to peddle it clearly doesn't understand how Tamil Nadu politics works. But talking particularly about who Vijay and the TVK is in conversation with, is this a confirmation that yes, there are talks with the AIADMK, with the Congress?
Well, Akshita, one thing is very certain. Our top sources from TVK very clearly mentions that for now, there is no alliance with the political enemy or the ideological enemy. That is what Vijay has been constantly saying. And she says that the competition is between DMK and TVK. But the important aspect here is that at the same time, TVK also mentions that just like you mentioned, 97% of one particular party, that is Congress, is ready to join alliance with TVK, which means there are 3 netas who are not ready for it, and 99% within AIADMK is eager to join hands with TVK except for one neta. It looks the main neta there does not want this because he is in alliance with BJP. So that seems to be the ground reality over here. However, TVK is also now giving an open invitation to any party who is ready to accept Vijay as the Chief Minister candidate. They are ready to go ahead and form, initiate alliance talks with them. Akshita.
Okay, let me cut across to more breaking news that's coming in. This is on DMK MP Kanimozhi. It's her birthday today, and there's been a big hint that's been dropped by her team. They've put out an AI video that shows Kanimozhi sitting on an MLA's chair, and it's led to speculation on whether this is an attempt by Kanimozhi to push for the fact that she wants to now have a bigger role in state politics. It's largely been like this, the power equation, that Stalin handles the state. She looks at essentially the center as a member of parliament. Is she attempting now to change that narrative with these AI pictures where Kanimozhi, the MLA, is being blessed by Stalin and by her father, Karunanidhi? Okay, we're cutting across to more breaking news that's coming in. Vijay's upcoming film, Jananayagan, there's a huge showdown over it. Remember, the film is all set for a Pongal release in just a few days from now. But there's been no clearance from the censor board. And the TVK, therefore, is alleging that this is a deliberate delay by the censor board. The TVK has said that the censor board watched the film on December 19th, but nearly a month on, there's been no certification.
ஏன்னா கடந்த மாதம் 19ஆம் தேதியே தணிக்கை குழுவினர் இதை பார்த்து விட்டனர். கடந்த வாரம் புதன்கிழமை வியாழனே வந்திருக்க வேண்டிய சான்றிதழ் இதுவரைக்கும் வரவில்லை. வேண்டுமென்றே காலம் தாமதப்படுவதோன்னு எங்களுக்கு ஒரு சந்தேகம் வருது. இன்னும் ஒரு சில இன்று மாலை வரை பார்ப்போம்.